my friend Stacey, back in 2008, had a crazy idea, right? What was it? Well, I thought it was crazy.
Well, I wondered if gratitude would be enough to build a classroom.
And what happened?
Within 48, we asked people to spread gratitude all over Twitter, and within 48 hours, it became one of the top trending topics, and we raised over $11,000 to build a classroom.
Where?
In Arusha, Tanzania.
And then what'd you do?
We painted all of the Twitter handles of the contributors on the walls of the classroom.
You went there and built the classroom?
Correct.
And who do we have here today?
I'm incredibly blessed to introduce, and thank you so much. For their first trip out of Tanzania, it's two of our 7th grade students. So let me welcome first Gideon and Gidori.
These are known as the Twitter kids of Tanzania, by the way.
And Leah Albert.
Yeah.
MamaLucy,
It's her school.
who founded the school in Tanzania. And my co-founder of Epic Change, Sanjay Patel. And I'll introduce you to them a little more in just a second.
So this is their panel, this is their story. I just thought that when they're in town, it would be wonderful to share a story about, I think it's about branding of love, but it's really about taking a passion and desire and opportunity and doing some social good and affecting real change.
Absolutely. First of all, thank you
Thank you.
incredibly much.
You have M&Ms, by the way.
Oh, here, let's pass these over to the kids. They'll give brilliant answers, I'm sure, with a little bit of sugar. As Jeff mentioned, my name is Stacey Monk, and I'm the founder of an organization called Epic Change. I found it interesting, as we were speaking this morning, that some folks were mentioning that they had billion-dollar marketing budgets. And when I first came to social media, what intrigued me most about it was the fact that I thought that this might be a forum where every voice could be heard. But we're up against billion-dollar budgets, and we're up against so much bad news. So we created Epic Change as an opportunity to amplify the voices of incredible people that I think must be heard. People like MamaLucy. And while I said she's the founder of the school, I didn't share a little bit about her story. She used to sell chickens, and she saved up her money, and she built a school with 6 kids in a hen house. And now that school has over 503 children. So the way I met MamaLucy was I actually used to be a management consultant. I did what probably many of you did, and my brother passed away. And for those of you who have experienced a loss like that, it changes everything about your life. And for me, it was just this opening into deciding to do what I'd always meant to do with my life. I'd always wanted to go to Africa, and so I took a trip from Cape Town to Cairo, and I saw all kinds of incredible things. I saw giraffes and elephants and all of that, but the very most incredible thing I witnessed was this school. For me, who had been broken into a million little pieces, it was this incredible reminder that hope exists, no matter if we think we can't find it anywhere. It exists when we only have chickens. So I think in social media especially, there's so much bad news that I wanted to create a place where voices like MamaLucy's could be heard. And so I wanted to talk a little bit today about humanizing the work of doing service in the world. And I think one of the things that makes social media so spectacular for doing service work is that we can get much closer to the people we serve. MamaLucy is not a cause. MamaLucy is not a project. The school is not a project. Gideon and Leah, or together, Gideon, they're not African children. They're Gideon and Leah. And that makes a profound difference in the way we see them in the world. So before we go any further, because I think one of the most powerful things that social media does is it gets us very close to the impact that we have in the world. So Leah, why don't you share a little bit about, we built a classroom out of gratitude, And we also ended up doing the same kind of thing for Mother's Day. We ended up building a home for 70 children on their campus out of love. And in fact, Tweetsgiving has gone on to build more classrooms, a library, many more things at their school. So Leah, why don't you share a little bit about how those things have impacted your life?
Thank you for this wonderful chance. Thank you, Stacey. Thank you for your wonderful question. First, I really like my school because of the education and the learnings there, that everyone is happy and proud to be a Shepherd's Junior School. And we have the children's home where we stay. We get all the love and care we need. The second thing, Shepherd's Junior has impacted me to know how important I am, that my country needs me and the world needs me. The third thing is that I have understand what's really inside me, my goals, that I am more valuable than money. And when I was younger, I was about to drop from school because my parents couldn't afford to pay the school fees. And there are many children at that age in my country that their parents can't afford to pay the school fees and they drop from school. Can you imagine such a smart girl in the top of a class dropping from school just because of money? But Shepherd's Junior has taught me that I am more important than money. I am more valuable than money. The potential in me is more valuable than money. Thanks.
So Leah is just one of over 500 children, so you can imagine why I was drawn to do this kind of work. Voices like hers need to be heard. It's funny, I think for a long time in the nonprofit space, we've existed as if there are two different worlds. There's a donor world or a supporter world, and there are the communities that we impact. And in fact, we've treated them in very different ways. I think social media represents an incredible opportunity to bring those communities together. On my blog and in our community, MamaLucy blogs, I blog, we have commenters that are parents from that community, and we have commenters that are contributors. I think we used to live in a world where nonprofits were like gatekeepers, and they could go to one community, they could go to the community of supporters, and essentially dehumanize, I think, those very people they were trying to serve. They could say, look how poor they are, look how sad this community is. And they thought that by talking like that they could get more gifts and then ship them over to that community. I firmly believe that when we dehumanize the very people we're trying to serve, and that's allowed when we're different from one another, when we treat ourselves as if we're somehow different, I firmly believe that that actually creates a separate world, a world where we're divided, when essentially what we're trying to do is quite the opposite. So I wanted to invite MamaLucy. These are conversations I don't think we get to have usually in our nonprofit space, because we do treat ourselves as so disparately. But I wanted to ask you, MamaLucy, we've actually created conversations, and the way we've chosen to give is through things like love and gratitude, because those are things that we can all have a conversation about. How do you think that having your school built out of love and gratitude differs from, say, a school that's built from money or gifts, get motivated by pity or guilt or fear?
Thank you so much, Jeff, for bringing us here today. Thank you, everyone. I'm really happy to meet you all. Stacey, it's very true that a school built from love is quite different from any school built from pity. And it's not only for the school. Anything which has been built from love can bring also love and make those who are receiving being filled, are loved, are cared. It gives them motivation, empower them. So it's very good, everything to be done out of love. I have seen some of the schools around my community which have been built just from people are thinking, because these people are poor, these people cannot do this. And it has bring bad impact to the ones who are receiving, because they feel they're weak, they're poor, they cannot do anything. And from that, even that one who is giving is not happy. You know, if you're giving something because you feel this one is not having, it makes you sad too. But if you're giving because you feel, I'm giving out of love, it makes you happy too. And also it creates friendship between you and the one who receives. So I think it's high time for everyone to do everything out of love so that we can all of us be happy. And we have been talking about making the world a better place to live. If we really want to make the world a better place to live, we need to make everyone happy. And for that reason, I think we need to build, to give out of love, and not just because you feel this one is not having, this one is poor. You know, when you are telling, when you are telling someone you're weak, you're poor, sometimes it makes that person to be so. So it's better to motivate, to empower people, to make them do things and feel that they are loved, they are cared. That will make the world a better place to live. I have seen some posters, even at the airport, showing someone who is sick, feels very bad. You can't even show such a picture to people. And I was wondering, the one who took that photo, what is the impact? What does that mean to show such a picture to people? Does it help? Is it going to change his life? We need to do things which can bring positive impacts. So I think it's high time for us to do everything out of love. Thank you.
And I think when we can come together, we can recognize ourselves in one another. And when we can start to see ourselves in one another, there are pictures out there that are supposedly supposed to make us more compassionate, empathetic, loving. And sometimes it's exactly the opposite. And I think when we can get together in the same community, we can have this kind of conversation, because we would never do this with our own children. We just wouldn't. So I think when we can have these conversations, it really changes the world and makes it a different place. I'll invite another voice into the conversation, Gideon Gidori, who has a few more things to share about how social media and technology and just being part of this conversation are changing his life in Tanzania.
Thank you, Stacey, for this opportunity. Back to your question. Social media and technology has helped me in different ways. First way, it has helped me to share new things with different people. The second thing, it has helped me to meet with new people. And the third thing, it has helped my voice to be heard all over the world. I may be small, but I'm smart. That's why I need social media and technology for my voice to be heard all over the world. Some people think that African children are poor, weak, but I am powerful, I'm strong, I'm smart, I'm an astronaut. I have new planets to discover up there. That's why I need social media and technology for my voice to be heard. Thank you.
I don't know what else to say after that. I'm truly blessed to be partnered and working with you guys. I just want to leave you guys with just the fact that Leah and Gideon are two students. There are 500 children at MamaLucy's school, and then you multiply that over. Social media gives us a channel to interact with these guys and millions of other children around the world. So I hope that you do. Gideon, Leah, and MamaLucy have Twitter accounts. They're on Tumblr, so I encourage you to get in touch with them. The other thing is we're maintaining that tradition of tweets giving. So November 21st through 25th, we're actually, epicthanks.org will be launching. And so what we're hoping to do is build these guys a secondary school out of sheer gratitude. And I think we can do it. So I hope that you join us in this online gratitude celebration. It looks like we're running short on time, but is there any possibility we can get 1 or 2 questions in? That'd be fantastic. They traveled a long distance.
Yes, sir.
I'm so proud of y'all.
Thank you.
To see y'all speak with such confidence and self-assurance. Y'all like motivational speakers already. Y'all know that, right? Just your mere existence is beautiful.
Thank you.
Question I've got. Oh, man. I don't even ask that. I just want to ask, how does this make you feel? Period.
He wants to know how this makes you feel.
Actually, we feel so happy. We feel proud of ourselves and proud of our school, the way we shine in different places, in different conferences, the way people feel happy and great after hearing our voices. And we feel happy having the social media at our school.
Maybe one more? In the back?
Okay. I have a big voice too. Thank you so much for sharing your story. It's very, very inspirational. I can tell you, being an American, being in this country, there are kids here who don't necessarily have as much confidence as you do. So it's enlightening. The question that I have is, what do you want to be when you grow up? You see the world is open to you and you need you. What do you want to be?
Actually, once I grow up, I would like to be a doctor and a pediatrician. Then, after that, I want to be the first woman president of my country.
And you, Gideon?
An astronaut.
Gideon would be the first ever astronaut from Africa, so. And one more, yeah.
How do you like New York?
I personally like New York because I like the people here and I really like Times Square.
Thank you so much. If you have any other questions, please come up, and please connect with them on Twitter. Gideon is Gideon underscore Gidori, Gideon underscore Gidori, and Leah is Leah, Leah underscore Albert.
And MamaLucy is at MamaLucy.
I'm at Stacey Monk, STACEYMONK.
And I'm at Sanjay Patel, SANJSPATEL.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.